Hi, my name is Hope White, and I'm an 11th grader at Lighthouse Christian School in Nashville, Tennessee. So in terms of the art classes that I've taken throughout my school career, I've mostly just taken general art classes, but in those general art classes, I learned to do things like sculpting, capturing still life, doing drawings and paintings, and doing calligraphy and graphic design, and some web design as well. So the first piece that I want to show you is this piece that was split up in 4 quadrants, as you can see, and this is roughly 18 by 24 inches. And so my teacher took a picture of me, and I transferred that picture onto 4 separate pieces of paper, and I decided to do this in mixed media. So I used a lot of colored pencil, I used watercolor, I used some tissue paper around the head in this quadrant, and I wanted the background to be orange and blue. They're complementary colors, and I thought that would be a nice contrast. And then the next one I want to show you is an 8 by 10. The reason I wanted to cover her eyes in this photo is because in this drawing is because I wanted the focal point of the painting to be the background, and I knew that if I drew the eyes, then the eyes would probably be a focal point. So, and also, if you notice, the strokes in the paint is very streaky, and I did that to add a bit more texture and depth to the painting. This one is a 5.3 by 16.5 inch piece, and it's basically a painting, an acrylic painting of koi fish. And I wanted to draw koi fish because I think they're a very beautiful and kind of whimsical creature. And I love the way that their tail and fins look. And so I wanted to use earth tones in this one as well because I just have a thing for earth tones. And if you also pay attention to the back, the background white that I use is streaky, and I did that to kind of capture the fact that they're in water. And I also used black fine liners to define the fish. I used a Posca marker to draw the bubbles. I used acrylics for the actual spots and for the lily pads. And this next one that I made also has koi fish in it because I thought that it would go well with the girl's makeup. This is a reference photo that I got on Pinterest, and I wanted to kind of do my spin on it by adding the koi fish. And so this is a 7 by 10 piece, and I really enjoyed doing her makeup, like her eye makeup and her lips. I like how the koi fish kind of match her lips there, and this koi fish matches her eyeshadow. And I used Prismacolor pencils in this. I used watercolor marker, white gel pen, acrylic paint, etc. So the next one I want to do is also a reference picture that is a 7 by 10. And this is a picture of a girl that I saw on the internet, and I thought she was really pretty, and I liked her blonde hair. I wanted to do kind of like the concept of her head was in the clouds and she was free. So I wanted to draw the sky and kind of make it look like Toy Story a little bit. I like the fact that I used watercolor in the background and then did little blue lines, if you can see that. I did little blue lines with Posca marker, and I just wanted to add textures. I used watercolor for her hair, watercolor in the background, Posca markers, colored pencils. I used black fine liner to outline the drawing and make it look more polished. This is the monochromatic painting. It's an 11 by 15 inch, and it was really interesting for me to draw this because I'm not one to really draw buildings like that. So it was cool to kind of step out of my comfort zone and do this, and also capture the light and dark aspects of this painting by using a more concentrated red for the shadows and using a more diluted red for the lighter parts. So this is a mask that I did a few years back, and I thought it was cool to use the concept of sunflowers because I think that sunflowers kind of look cool with darker skin tones. And as you can see, it's like really textured because I used newspaper on this. So it's kind of hard for it to like keep its smooth form. And I really like the fact that in the back of the first line of petals, I did kind of this ombre with golden and then going and transitioning into orange. And this is roughly 9 by 12 inches. Now last in my portfolio is this drawing of a reference that I saw, and I thought that it was really pretty, so I wanted to draw her. And the words say, "We are the clay, you are the potter," and that comes from a verse in the Bible, which is Isaiah 64:8. And basically the verse is talking about how God is the potter and we're the clay and we're all the work of his hands. And so in order to capture the potter aspect of this drawing, I wanted to do earth tones in this instead of vibrant colors, because potters work with a lot of earth tones like browns and terracotta and beige. What else I love about this is that her lips are very realistic because I used white gel pen, and I wanted her lips to be the focal point of this piece, which is why I put a whole lot of detail into them. This piece is a 7 by 10, and I used a lot of marker, black fine liners in this, Posca markers, colored pencils, acrylic paint, and yeah, that's my portfolio. I hope that you like it. My name is Hope White.